Oh, Jamie, what happened?
No, it wasn't the night. I mean, Madrid were far better than Liverpool on the night. I think Liverpool did start the game well. We said they needed to get an early goal. But no, I never felt at any moment, really. Probably the first 10 or 15 minutes, there was something. But the longer it was 0-0, you felt, if Liverpool could get the goal, the start of the second half again. But I thought Madrid put a really good performance in. They showed why they are European champions. And
welcome along, everybody, to the post-game show. Thierry, Jamie and Micah here with us to break down everything that we've seen this evening. Real Madrid are through to the quarter-finals. So are Napoli. In fact, let's take a look at all of the quarter-finalists in the competition now, because we have them all. Bayern Munich, Benfica, Chelsea, Inter Milan, Manchester City, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, and, AC Milan, should I say?
Oh, yeah.
Napoli and Real Madrid. Napoli, who tonight made history getting through to the Champions League quarter-finals for the first time ever in the club's history. And Guillaume Balaguer was watching along with some Kvaratskhelia fans out in Tbilisi in Georgia. It's 2 a.m. there, Guillaume. How's your night been? How's everyone feeling? They must be buzzing.
It's been great because you have Napoli that play absolutely wonderful football. Have anybody got them as not favourites, but candidates to get into the final? They've been very, very excited. And despite the fact that it's 2 o'clock in the morning, hundreds of them have stayed behind to talk to us. And to make noise. Hundreds of them. I've got somebody that actually will give us a little bit of a clue of how they've enjoyed themselves, and that's Geka. Geka, Napoli look impressive, don't they?
Yes, really wonderful. We're really happy that they have qualified for the next round. A bit disappointed that Huicha didn't score or assisted some, but everything is good. We are qualified on the next stage, and we are going to see the other place, and we need some City or Real Madrid in the next stage.
City or Real Madrid. Actually, Huicha did not score, but as well as, apart from the 3 goals, he had the 3 best chances. He dribbled a couple of times. He was working hard to get the ball. And you only got excited when he had the ball. Everything else didn't matter.
No, not really like that. But especially when the Huicha takes the ball, especially we are more happy than the other guys. This is how Georgian men and people look like.
Are you excited about Huicha?
Yes, of course, yes.
So there you are. They just really want Napoli to go as far as they can, and they continue joining themselves here, and friends, family of Huicha were here, and hope that Napoli gets to Istanbul. That's what they want.
Absolutely. Guillaume, thank you so much. Get some rest now. A very late night for Guillaume out in Tbilisi. That's their thoughts, guys. What are yours then on Napoli going all the way? Is there real belief they can do it? Do you think they can?
Well, I'll give them a tip. A couple of weeks ago, they're so far ahead in their league. They can rest players at vital moments, and that could be the difference in the Champions League this season.
I think when you see those names and you see AC Milan, you see Inter Milan, and you can't help think of, the stadium, the history, the kits, and you don't feel like that with Napoli because of the Napoli. They're not one of the giants, but they're much better than those 2 teams, a lot better than those teams. So when you see the draw, I think it's on Friday, and you see, there's lots of big names in there. Coming up against the Napoli will be one of the toughest ties you can have in that. And I think even if you ask Pep Guardiola, I think he'd probably take on, maybe besides Madrid, maybe Real Madrid, I think everybody else he'd possibly take, maybe before Napoli right now.
Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern, is the Champions League draw, by the way, which you can watch live on Paramount+. Don't miss that. Thierry, when you look at the bigger picture, you look at all of the quarter-finalists that are in the draw for Friday, does it help Napoli believers when you look at it and it feels like one of the more open Champions League seasons we've had in a while?
It is open, and if you're a Napoli fan, you got to be happy. It's the first time that you make the quarters, so everything will be a plus. But Jamie mentioned something that's very important. He mentioned team. They are a team. It's not about, yes, we're going to talk about Osimhen, we're going to talk about Kvaratskhelia, but they are a team. That's an advantage, I think, that they have on the others. We can talk about Paris Saint-Germain, we can talk about other teams that sometimes they look for the individuals to win them the game. That team is looking at whoever to win them the game. More often than not, it's going to be the 2 big men, But today, okay, Osimhen scored, Carragher didn't score or assist. But Lobotka in midfield, I keep on saying, Anguissa, I don't know why people in the Premier League didn't go and get him from Fulham, but he ended up at Napoli. But you can dream. This is what right now Napoli are thinking. The only thing that I will say, and no disrespect to Liverpool, is just now.
Disrespect them then, go on.
Now it's about playing big teams. They didn't play a big team yet. Liverpool has a big name, but they were not a big team this year. They still didn't play a big team in the Premier League, in the Champions League. Sorry, I want to see that in the next round and see how they're going to behave with that one. Because other than that, I don't see any flaws in that team at the minute.
But when you say that, Thierry, do you think there's no one at that level in Serie A? Because we've got 3 Serie A teams in the draw. Are you almost classing Man City, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid? Is that what you're talking about?
I'll have
in
to
terms of the quality,
I would have to be
honest.
Inter and Milan in the league right now. You know, you lose against Spezia. I'm not going to name all the defeat of Milan and Inter. That's below par. And yes, they managed to go through in the Champions League. I don't think they played also against big teams. But Napoli right now, and you mentioned it before, you actually said they're going to win it, and then you came back into saying, you know,
best informed team. Informed.
But yes, I think they can believe. Only thing that I cannot answer is I didn't see them yet play against a big team in the Champions League, and you have to play against what you have, and they did that ever so well. So I'm waiting for the next round.
I think that would be one of the greatest stories we've had for a very, very long time if Napoli won the Champions League. I think last week, I think we did that sort of... we had a look back at some of the past winners, but you don't feel like you get that in the Champions League now, because every big team's in it. Maybe in the past it was a knockout round, only one team from each country. We spoke about teams who'd won it, who win, you know, maybe the biggest names at that time, and I think it'd be absolutely outstanding. But when you look at those 8 teams there, there's a lot of European Cup winners in there from the past, and you've just got Napoli and Little City who've never won it.
It would be... Micah? You want to say something?
No. He can have his moment. He can have his moment.
Let me have that tonight, please.
You've
Tonight.
been out tonight, so...
I would love to see Inter play Milan.
Ooh.
That's the game I want to see.
OK, well, we'll have to wait until Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern, for the draw live on Paramount+. But for Napoli tonight, a 3-0 win at home over Frankfurt, and the goals...
It's 3-0, game over.
That reminded me of, I can't think of what goal, but I feel like Ronaldo scored 5 or 10 of them in his life. You know, that's what it felt like, going backwards, that power. That was unbelievable. He looks like he's going to be a superstar, and unfortunately for Napoli, he probably won't be there next season. It'll be really interesting to see where he ends up.
As Erling Haaland said yesterday, you're the only one that can talk about scoring goals, Thierry. So from a striker's perspective... I
just did an unbelievable description there.
I'm sorry, Jamie.
And you got the wrong guy scoring with his head, by the way, also.
Well, how difficult is that as a striker to get the power when you're leaning backwards like that?
That's exactly what you said right there. Because if you carry momentum and you jump, and I remember that goal of Ronaldo, you remember the one, if you carry momentum and you jump, what is actually going backwards, it stops and then he goes high the way he went and
I had one of the best leaps in the Premier League. I feel like I'm being disrespected here.
He did, by the way. He did have one of the best leaps.
Yeah.
Really? How many goals you scored then?
Talking about goals, more flicking on.
No, we were talking about goals. Directed is a different ball game, big man. But no, joking aside, he is right now, and you mentioned something very important that we mentioned at the beginning. They play what they have to play. Like Politano is on the ball. Lance was waiting for him on his left foot. Okay, you give me my right foot. I have my big fella in the box. I'm gonna cross the ball. They don't try to pass the ball and wait or whatever. Big Nine is in the box. Recross the ball to him. They're so direct sometimes, you know, in what they do. This one is an obvious one. Don't get me wrong, but this is what Osimhen also does to you, because when you have a 9, you're going to cross it.
Thierry, watching him, and I know you've watched a lot of him and you're a big fan of his, and if there's any Napoli fans watching, I apologise, but if he was to move on in the summer, what team do you think he would suit most? Or who needs him most?
I think we go back to a Chelsea. We go back to a United. If I'm thinking, obviously, Premier League, Paris Saint-Germain will look for a 9 because they are looking for a 9. So many teams where I'm thinking, where is a 9 missing? We know Alan is there. Let's not talk about Kane and where he's going to go or maybe stay. But those are the teams that I'm thinking that are playing without a 9 at the minute. Or maybe they might lose one, because Paris Saint-Germain sometimes uses Kylian Mbappe inside. We all know he's not a 9. Is he going to stay or not? But he's going to go wherever he wants to go. I think he can adapt to a lot of style.
From a striker's point of view, how good could he be?
When you play in a team like Napoli, everything goes to him right now. Okay, so Carragher gets the ball, it's to him. Although we saw a couple of times Carragher, went on his own, and rightly so or not, however you want to see it. But it's a different ball game when you go and play in the front three. When I talk about big teams and a big front three, sometimes balls are not always going to you. They might play short. That guy is going to say, I go outside of the box, I shoot, I saw you, but the one I didn't see you type of thing. But now all the balls usually finishes on him. Everything finishes on him. When you go and play in a big club with 3 big guys, it's not always on you. That's the thing I would like to see how he's going to react when he is not the only main guy. He's not the focal point, But other than that, he has everything. He can hold the ball. He can run into the channel. He can finish well with his head, with his foot. So time will tell. And wherever he's going to go, as you said, we don't want to put it too far ahead or what's going to happen, but it looks like he's going to leave.
I mean, Manchester United obviously on the show tomorrow. If you're Manchester United, would you go for him or Harry Kane?
I personally, you know what? Because, again, sorry Spurs fans, sorry Napoli fans, but we're talking about now something that can happen or not. Is far from it. But again, because of the Premier League, and he knows the Premier League, if I'm Man United, I go Kane. That doesn't mean Osimhen is not a good player or whatever. It has nothing to do with that. I think Osimhen can adapt in any league. But if I'm Man United, I will look at, okay, this guy doesn't need to adapt to anything. He has a way of dropping that can allow Marcus Rashford to run in behind him when he drops. It's just, but Ken can play anywhere. Also, by the way, he can adapt to a lot of teams. Yeah, that's a different one. Yes.
Let's take a look at Osimhen's second goal on the night.
As a defender, where is it? And he split second, he's gone, and that's what makes him so special.
Yeah, absolutely. They then got a penalty, and Zielinski scores it from the spot.
To him, I gave it to Robin at one point when he was struggling. But he's on the penalty taker to take the decision. Some people will leave it, some won't. I don't have a problem with that. I wasn't that much of a greedy guy to go and do that. No, I wasn't. Check out the assists.
Thierry, before the game, you broke down Spalletti's style of play and the system. Was it very much the same?
Very much the same. They will not change the way they play. It's a bit of everything. They can press.
Where you going?
They have the license to kill. They have the license to go forward. Whoever it is, Kim on the front foot gets the ball and go forward. I mean, it's going to be a tough team to beat. I just want to see them and see how they're going to behave against a massive team in Europe. And I know Liverpool is one massive team in Europe, but this year they were a bit below par.
I think the coach, I asked you about the coach before the games. It was your, piece, your analysis on Napoli. But the thing that always fascinated me about Spalletti was the fact that we always talk about Messi being the first false 9, Pep Guardiola doing it. Now, I don't know who was the first manager never to play with a striker, but he was doing it before that. At Roma, I think in the mid-90s, he was, I'm just trying to think when the era was, or maybe 2006, the mid-2000s, Totti was playing as the false 9. So when we talk about it being Messi, I remember that Roma team at the time, it was Emerson, the right winger, the Brazilian, I'm not sure who the left winger was, but Totti, who was, the king of Rome, King of Manchester, on my left here. But at that time, I thought, well, I've never heard of that before or seen a team do that. So his name always stuck in my head as a manager who tried different things. So we're talking about a manager who was doing something that a lot of teams do now. We talk about playing without a striker. And this was 20 years ago. So he's obviously a top coach. Maybe hasn't had that plum job, maybe at the right time to win a Champions League. But he's definitely got one of the best teams in the Champions League right now. And I'd love to see them win it. Yeah, could be their year. And now we've talked up Kvaratskhelia.
Oh, no! Who? Kate? Kate! Where are you? She's been right now. She's too comfortable now.
that means there's no translation. No translation.
We talked him up all night tonight, haven't we, Micah? Did he deliver?
Yeah.
Go on, you say his name.
Carragher.
You're having it in town here.
Carragher.
Kvaratskhelia.
What was the first bit?
Carragher. We got it right. We got it right.
Kvaratskhelia.
Well done.
Do you want a serious answer now?
Yeah.
Okay,
How did he play tonight?
Go
Did he
to
deliver?
Thierry. I mean, on the back of them going through, it's a huge knife for them. Hopefully we get some interviews. He's from Georgia, we've got Italian. And with you being here tonight,
I've got no
I
chance.
thought you haven't got no.
I'm sorry, no.
Just English?
Just English, guys. Sorry.
Wow.
We've told Kate, end of her career on CBS. We better get her back.
I can translate some, I don't know, accents.
Cockney.
Wagwan.
Accents. Yeah,
Wagwan.
Wagwan. Picture.
So we're going to get no interviews.
No try. Yeah, I'll try. You can do them for us if you like.
Oh, God.
Also, I can't believe you're blaming Guillaume for Kvaratskelia's performance tonight. That's out of order. You're saying the pressure got to him. Right, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to be taking a look at the other game. We're going to be talking about Real Madrid advancing to the quarter-finals yet again. Last year's winners. They've knocked Jamie's Liverpool out. So we're going to be dissecting that game and looking at what's to come for the rest of the season for both teams after this. Welcome back to the post-match show. Real Madrid are through to the quarter-finals. They've beaten Liverpool 1-0 tonight at the Bernabeu. Jamie's side are out 6-2 on aggregate over the two legs. For Real Madrid, though, Thierry, was it another match where the game plan was executed perfectly?
Yes, I mean, when you have that advantage and you're playing the return leg at home, you should be okay, especially if you're Real Madrid. I just think that maybe if the ball of the opportunity of Darwin Núñez when he had it would have gone in the back of the net, maybe it could have been a game. But no one, as we said before, thought that Liverpool could come back, and they were missing a bit of everything, a bit less than obviously that we saw in the first leg at Anfield. But sometimes I just wonder with Liverpool and some players and the desire and the will of not conceding goals.
It was probably long over, wasn't it, Jamie, before Benzema scored the goal for Real Madrid?
Yeah, but Alisson kept Liverpool in it, some great saves. And from my point of view, I knew the game was gone then in terms of going through. I just wanted Liverpool to maybe not lose the game or maybe nick the game 1-0. Maybe have a slight feel-good factor. But when you look at the Benzema goal, it was brilliant from Real Madrid's point of view. I think the pass from Camavinga Jr. does fanful. I just want to stop it there. Trent Alexander-Arnold against Vinicius Jr. The ball is in the centre of the pitch in a dangerous position. He's not watching the ball. OK, then the ball gets played. Watch the react. A lot of the time is very, very worrying. Not just for Liverpool as a team, for him. And what I mean by that is that can't continue. What's happened this season with him and the amount of times he's been lacking defensively. Now, the problem they've got in that position is they've never had real competition for Trent Alexander-Arnold in that position. And one of the reasons why is because he's been so good. And you think, well, who'd you buy? How much do you spend for someone who's not really going to play every week? But I think Liverpool are at the point now where they've got to go and buy a right-back. Now, that's Jurgen Klopp's decision in terms of how good that right-back is, how much he costs. But that lad needs serious competition because he's been playing now for 5 years at the top level, week in, week out, with no rest, you know, and he's won everything. He's done absolutely fantastic. He's won more than I could ever dream of. And I'm so proud of him, you know, a local lad coming through the ranks. But he needs help. And he needs to, at the end of this season, have a long think about where he is as a right-back, because where he is at the moment, and I've always defended him in that he's played for one of the best teams in the world. So when you play for one of the best teams in the world, as Liverpool are, you do a lot more attacking than you do defending. We all know his defending is not good enough, and I don't think it will ever be good enough. We're talking about a player who's played 260 games. It's not going to massively improve now. So when Liverpool drop off and aren't one of the best teams in Europe, like they have been the last 4 years, now they're one of the pack going for the Champions League. Then you're doing more defending, less attacking. You're seeing the worst traits of Trent and not as strengths going forward. And that is a massive problem. And I thought this problem would rear its head when Klopp left. And maybe Liverpool dropped back to when I was a player, where most season we'd be trying to qualify for top 4. If Liverpool are trying to qualify for the Champions League on a yearly basis, I'm not sure Trent's your man at right back. If Liverpool get back to being one of the best teams in Europe, which is what they will try and do next season, he is your man. But right now, the lad needs help. And also, I do question or think about what are the messages he's getting on a daily basis in terms of his defending. Is it actually highlighted? Do they want more from him? Because the lack of intensity when he goes to press and close down is just not there. It is not there, and it's a million miles away. And it's really been shown up this season. And I feel it will continue to be shown up until he's given health, maybe off the pitch, by the staff working on his defending a lot more, or bringing a right back in.
Does this not go back to the conversation we had before the game in the contrast between the two squads, Liverpool and Real Madrid, Liverpool's loyalty versus Real Madrid's ruthlessness in being able to transform a squad over the years?
Yes, I agree with something like that. I mean, I think we always have this vision of is a player good enough? Now, when you talk about, say, the top 4 teams in England or top 6 teams, I always judge someone is good enough when they've won a league or a Champions League. That's almost that badge of honour. Those Liverpool players have got that. But once you win that, it doesn't mean you're good enough for the rest of your career because you've had that spell. Players peak at different times. We all think everybody peaks at 28, 29. But everybody's different. So you look at certain players, they have the best years in the early 20s. Some players, me in particular, mine was later on in my career, I had to build up to become a better player. But right now, some of those Liverpool players have fallen so far away this season than where they have been over those 4 or 5 years. You're in that dilemma of, do you replace them or is this just a bad season? And that's, I think, is going through every Liverpool supporter's mind. And certainly Jurgen Klopp's, who'd you buy in the summer? It was always felt it was midfield players, but they need defenders as well. And it's, again, is this an off-season or is this a decline from individual players who may need replacing?
OK, let's get some post-match reaction now from the Real Madrid camp. Here's the manager, Carlo Ancelotti.
You ready? How are you?
Keeper, how are you?
Thank you very much for talking to us, and congratulations. And you know, it kind of really felt like it was an easy game for you today. Is that how you saw it as well?
It's a game at the end. At the game, we were worried at the beginning, of course. Before the game, we wanted to plan an open game. Don't think only to defend. I think that we managed really well the ball from the back. Taking in consideration that Kroos, Modric, they have a lot of ability, experience to move the ball, and for that reason, I think we had a good control. We were quite dangerous in front. We didn't risk a lot behind, and so the match that that was the match that we wanted to plan.
Was there any point, or ever any point in the 3 weeks since the game in Liverpool, where you thought that this might not happen today? Were you always confident?
No, we were confident, but you never know. You cannot be confident 100% because the people of football knows that everything can happen. Everything can happen. We have to be focused because maybe you conceded a goal in the first minute of the game, and it will be more difficult. We were really serious in all the minutes of the game, and that was, we can say now, it was not a difficult game after.
Yeah, and from the outside, it looked like you were in total control for 95 minutes, whatever you played. And inevitably, it was Benzema who scored, but he also came off limping. Is he okay?
Yeah, he had a knock, only a knock. I think he will be okay for Sunday.
Sunday's a big game, but there's also a big day on Friday, the draw.
The draw, we will see what happens. Important to be in the draw.
Anyone you like to avoid?
No.
Got 3 Italian teams in there?
3 Italian teams, so this means that the Italian football is really strong in the Champions League.
Napoli
this is a good sign for Italian football. Yeah. Really happy for this. I don't know what happened. I don't know. We have to wait and see.
Yeah,
Important to be there.
The way you won it last year, you actually beat all the favourites. So good luck on Friday and congratulations.
Thank you. Ciao.
Thanks a lot.
We got Jamie having just a bit of water there, no problem with that.
No 7-Up.
No 7-Up today. Peter Schmeichel really got Carlo Ancelotti smiling there, didn't he?
Well, he just went through. I don't know if it would have been the same thing if there was a game.
That's
it's an
true.
easy one. But, he's a serial winner, Ancelotti. He knows what he's doing. But again, when you're Real Madrid, you don't think about who you're going to have next or not. And I said it so many times. For me, when I used to play, I never used to look at the draw. Whatever it is, whatever it was, I didn't particularly care. But what they care about is you have the Clásico at the weekend. That is very important. Job done, they qualify. They just qualified, but they're far beyond Barcelona. And that won't be too nice for the Madrid fan if they extend even more the lead at the weekend. So I think that's what they're thinking of.
That's not how I imagine it as a football fan. I imagine all the players are buzzing to see who they get in the draw next.
When we had that spell with Rafa Benitez where we were going quite far in it most years, we'd be training and it'd be about 11 o'clock English time, we'd be training and someone would just come out and shout over on the pitch and everyone would just stop and go, who have we got? And they just carry on training. And I agree with you. We almost become a bit blasé, a bit like, we'll beat them, or that's not. And we'll just carry on training. It's only when you finish probably playing, I'm doing this show now, and you realise how big the Champions League is, how big the draw is, just like, and we probably not took it for granted, but once you're in it, you don't sort of realise how big it is.
Well, Carlo Ancelotti mentioned it there himself. It feels like a good time for Italian football, with 3 of the Italian teams through to the final 8 of the competition for the first time since 2006. More post-game reaction coming up for you after the break. Welcome back to the post-game show. Let's get more reaction from out in Spain, where Real Madrid have knocked Liverpool out. Peter Schmeichel has been pitchside for us tonight at the Bernabeu. And Peter, you've been following a lot of these teams in the tournament this season, so you've had a good close look at a lot of them. Has anyone stood out for you going into the quarterfinals?
Yeah, I think that's quite a few teams. I think obviously Napoli again very, very solid today. 3-0 win. Man City 7-0 yesterday. Very, very convincing. And of course, Bayern Munich, you can't dismiss them. You can never dismiss them. And of course, Real Madrid today. I thought what they've done over the 2 matches here against Liverpool has been impressive. I think that's a word. The control, the calmness, the no panic, all the questions asked of them, they've answered it. And they look a little fresher than, a little quicker up front. They look, it's just a little, I don't know, kind of a small improvement from the team that won it last season. So, I mentioned half the teams there, and that's a quality of this tournament. It's very difficult to cope. But I think all the teams will be looking to get drawn against Benfica, and I think that might be a mistake as well, because they, for a smaller club in this context, they've done fantastic.
Yeah, outside of tonight, they were the joint top scorers until Napoli scored their 3 goals this evening, Peter. So if you could put your neck on the line and pick your winner now, who is it? It's nearly brackets time, Peter.
Oh, I am so much looking forward to Friday afternoon. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to do 6 or 7 versions as I did last time. But I always think about Bayern. I always think that they can come, somewhere near the top every season. And they look strong. They're struggling a little bit in the Bundesliga, but when they play in the Champions League, they play really well. And of course, having seen Real Madrid in the last 2 games, I think it could just be between the 2 of them.
OK, Peter, thank you so much, as always. Great to see you there pitchside in Spain. So let's take a look then at the 8 quarter-finalists, and we're going to take a look at them by country. And I mentioned it a moment ago, it's the first time since 2006 that there are 3 teams in the quarter-final from Italy, 2 representing the Premier League. In England, there's 1 German team, 1 from Portugal, 1 from Spain. No French team, Thierry, this season in the quarter-finals. But 3 Italian teams, Micah.
That doesn't happen often anyway.
No.
Yes, Syria, I told you. I told you the back, Syria, you didn't want to listen to me.
But wait, in 2006, did one of those 3 teams, did they make the semis?
Oh, let's find out.
Actually,
We'll get our stats team on it
because
for
we played
you.
Villarreal. I remember that with Arsenal.
I think
Barca beat Milan.
I think
Boom, top of
what
my
stands
Jules.
out for me, looking at the teams, without being disrespectful to some of the teams, I think there's probably 4 really strong teams. I'd class sort of City, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and possibly Napoli. And I think those 4 teams would want the other 4, like the 2 Milans, maybe Chelsea and Benfica. And because in the quarter-final stage, you know the run, don't you? You know you could play in the semi-final.
Yeah.
So what could happen is that all the strong teams end up on one side, all the slightly weaker teams, if you like, if we can call them that, being in the last 8 of the Champions League. So a lot, when we talk about who the winners are and who we fancy, how you navigate that draw is massive.
Put your neck on the line. Who's going to win it, Jamie?
Well, I said City, didn't I? I think City, I think Pep Guardiola said this in his press conference after the game, that, and Noel Gallagher said it yesterday, and I think he was spot on in that for the last 3 or 4 years, we'd all say Man City are the best team in Europe, but it's a cup competition. The best team doesn't always win it. And Noel mentioned the fact that sort of Chelsea won it a few years ago against City, even though Chelsea weren't the best team in Europe. So Chelsea won it twice when they weren't seen as one of the top teams. City could, what we're calling this season, maybe having a slightly off season, not themselves, but they can still win the Champions League. They can still win it. So I think Man City or Bayern Munich, they'd be my 2.
Micah's smiling next to you there. You like the
I
sound
want
of
to
that?
wait for the brackets. I want to see the draw. Man City and Napoli are my 2 teams. If you're picking 2, Man City and Napoli.
OK. Right, do you want me to tell you what happened in 2006 with those Italian teams?
I said
AC
it.
Milan went through.
I just
Who's
said
the-
it.
Let me guess who the team.
Go on
Let me
then,
guess.
Micah.
What's the question, by the way?
I said it.
Got to the
Bayern
semi-final.
Munich.
We want the full story. We want the full story.
Barcelona knocked Milan out. Ludovic Jules scored away, and we knocked Villarreal out. So I just told you before.
Toddy, you're out of a job.
It's like,
Who knocked Juventus out that year?
Ooh, good
In
question.
2006.
Arsenal.
There you go.
Who scored in that game? Who assisted in that game? Who got man of the match in that game?
can I say my winner? Or can I not?
Yeah, go for it.
I think, and I want City to win. So both things, whether it's
Why?
a want or thinking, because I want them to win first and foremost. I explained it at the beginning because I had enough of hearing papers to do this or to do that. So I think they can win it this year. Simple. I want them to win, and I think they can win it.
Don't you think Pep has to win it at City? No.
No, I don't think so. I said it so many times. No, I don't think so. I just want people to stop saying that. That's just a thing that I have. I don't think he won it. He doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. But I want that talk to stop. So it'll be great if that's the one thing, and I think they can win it this year.
Maybe if Man City win the Champions League this year, Julia Roberts will pay a visit to the Etihad. Maybe, we'll see. Right, we're going to
Maybe
take...
she'll be our new host.
Maybe she can pronounce Scavac.
The struggle is real. Bring back Kate We need you, Kate, please. I apologise to the group chat.
Today, Real Madrid and Napoli completed the Champions League quarter-finals field, and tomorrow it's the turn of the Europa League and Europa Conference League. So many matches still in the balance, including Arsenal Sporting, Freiburg Juventus and Villarreal Anderlecht, whilst Manchester United look to close out Real Betis. You can watch every game live on Paramount Plus, or if you prefer, then join Nico Cantor for the Golazzo Show. Our 5.5 hours of live coverage begins on Paramount Plus and CBS Sports Network at 1 p.m. Eastern. Welcome back. We have our 8 quarter-finalists in this season's Champions League, and you can find out who faces who all the way to the final, potentially, as we have the draw coming up on 7 a.m. Eastern on Paramount Plus on Friday. So that to look forward to. Micah, with your Manchester City hat on, who do you want to avoid
Real Madrid.
out of the other 7?
Real Madrid. I don't want to see Benzema. I don't want to see Vinicius. They play on the counter-attack, and Man City play with centre-half as their fullback. So Madrid, not for me.
Bad memories?
very bad memories. I don't want to see that again. Yeah, let's get Madrid out early doors with someone else. I want to see Madrid and Bayern, one of them to go early doors.
Okay, that's what Micah thinks. Stay with us because after the break, we're going to be crossing live to Stamford with our morning footy team live in the USA. We'll be chatting to those guys after the break. Welcome back, guys. Now, last week we announced the very exciting news that the Galazzo network is launching in just 27 days' time now. April 11th, mark the diaries and make sure you tune in 5 days a week, 7 until 9 a.m. And the rehearsals are well underway over in Stamford, and we can join our morning footy team now. Susanna and the guys, how are you doing, Susanna? How are the rehearsals going?
Oh, they're going fantastically, Jules. We're having so much fun. We miss being over there. A week ago, we were in London in studio with you all, and the big question is, we miss you, but we want to know if Thierry misses Alexis.
Yeah, you miss me, bro.
Yeah, Alexis, I miss your voice, man.
Yo, don't make me send you voice notes. Don't make me send you voice notes on Ring. I will do it, Thierry.
I'll be my ringtone.
No, it's all going fantastically.
Hey, Alexis, have you got Thierry's number?
Oh, no, he didn't give me his number. He gave me our number, but it's a pizza shop in Chiswick.
How to know? We didn't win the league together. You know, you've got to be a certain standard. You know, you've got to be a certain standard.
I will be there.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it might happen this year.
Okay.
Wait till I put you on my shoulders, Thierry. At the parade, bro.
Nico, we're used to you being over here in England. How are you finding things back over there? How does the studio differ to this one?
Yeah. It's great. It's a bigger set. It's nice and comfortable here in Stamford, Connecticut. It's actually
bigger
colder
set? Yeah.
in the studio.
Well, you stay there in Connecticut then.
Outside. We can switch every so often, Jamie.
No, you
It's
stay
more
there.
like
You
Liverpool,
stay
outside
there.
all the snow and stuff.
Yeah,
Do
you
you
stay
top
there.
button up as
Yeah,
well?
I know,
Why
yeah.
do you chest out?
Yeah. See the posture, the president
Yeah,
look?
why not? I
Always
mean,
sideways, you know, no
relax.
tie.
I gotta bring some Miami. I gotta bring some Miami to Connecticut so they get the vibe.
He wants
a couple of
to
buttons
bring
unbuttoned,
Miami
you know,
to
then I'll dress it
Connecticut.
up.
Yeah.
But he doesn't bring Mariana to Connecticut.
Oh, Nico, why did you say that? Nico, why did you say
I
that?
gotta share the love. She's coming. She's
Miami,
coming.
not Mariana.
Nico, don't come back. Just don't say anything.
Hey, Jenny.
Don't worry.
Nico's not the only one that's moving from Miami. Jenny, you've made the big move as well. How are you finding it?
It's a bit cold, but I'm super excited to be working with everyone. And I hear you're coming to visit me in New York, Jules?
I'm hoping so. Well, you never know. I don't know what.
Where are you
So you want to go?
Well, you know.
I mean, Kate, because she couldn't pronounce Kvaratskhelia.
Why have you done that to
What is
yourself?
happening here? What is
Why
going
have you
on?
done that to yourself?
Nico,
We were going to send her to Connecticut and get
From
Kate
London
back.
to New York.
Bro, when is Micah coming so we could go eat together, bro? That needs to happen.
I'm ready when you are. I love my food. Let's do this.
Guys, we're going to have to let you
preparing my
go
whole
because
life.
we're running out of time. But lovely to talk to you and best of luck for the new show. We're off
Alexis.
now. We'll see you
Bring it
very
home.
soon.
Bring it home.
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Of the Champions League. We've got the quarterfinals to come. We
See you,
cannot
see
wait.
you.
Don't forget about the draw, 7 a.m. on Friday. You know what?
What's his name?
I was going to say after 3 we should say it all together
No,
to go
you
off
say it
air.
alone. I can't say it. You
All
say
right.
it alone.
3, 2, 1. Kvaratskhelia.
Kvaratskhelia.
Why didn't you
there
join
you
in,
go, there you
Micah?
go. Hey.
Such a sports ball. He'll know it by April the 11th. Bye-bye.